5 haunted lakes in America you should never step into. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about lakes? Is it tranquility, peaceful reflections of trees, or maybe the perfect spot for a picnic? Most of the time, lakes are associated with serenity, and people adore spending quality time near lakes with their friends and family. However, not all the lakes in America can bring the peace and quiet. Instead, many of them are known for their haunting histories and supernatural occurrences. So, guess what? You never know what danger you might find while swimming inside those lakes. Today, we'll discuss 5 haunted lakes in America that you might want to admire from a safe distance. Lake Lanier, Georgia. Lake Lanier in Georgia surely has an interesting history. It was built in 1956 to prevent the flooding of the Chattanooga River. Though considered a big success, building this lake covered a town named Oscarville and its once beautiful buildings with water. Today, the remains of the town are still underneath the lake. Aside from its shadowy history, Lake Lanier hides more secrets. In fact, the visitors claim that this lake is haunted by something supernatural. This theory is supported by gambling enthusiasts who used to like coming near Lake Lanier and clearing their minds before gambling. However, after a few eerie occurrences, most of them switched to safe online casinos that offer sweepstakes, such as River Monster Sweepstakes Casino, where they can enjoy the thrill of gambling without the reported dark mysteries of the lake. In particular, they have encountered shadows of weird figures near the lake. One of them is known to be a screaming woman with no hands and wearing a blue dress. She most likely crashed into this lake and tragically drowned. Lake Superior, Wisconsin. Lake Superior in Wisconsin is surrounded by many chilling stories. It even gained a creepy nickname, the Graveyard of the Great Lakes. The legends around this lake include sightings of ghost figures and hearing weird noises, as well as stories of a couple of ghost ships to which some mysterious things have happened. One of those ghost ships was named S.S. Bannockburn, which vanished from the lake with no traces of bodies or wreckage. Another ship, called S.S. Hudson, sank in the lake and caused the whole crew to drown. There have been reports that the ship was seen years later on the same day it sank, along with some apparitions on the ship, and that every year on the same day, the ship still appears. Lake Ronkonkoma, New York. In the 19th century, Lake Ronkonkoma in New York became a famous spot for summer vacations, and today it's still visited by many. Even though it's popular, a lot of people believe that this lake is cursed because of the reports that a lot of visitors have mysteriously drowned in it. Some believe Lake Ronkonkoma is cursed. The curse comes from the 1600s when an Indian princess named Tuscawanta was forbidden by her father to see the love of her life, who was an Englishman. She couldn't handle the sadness, so she committed suicide by stabbing herself while she was inside the lake. According to a legend, the woman's spirit lives in the lake and drowns every young man who dares to step into the lake in an attempt to replace her love. The story strangely adds up to the fact that most people who happened to drown here were men. Stow Lake, California. Stow Lake is one of the most visited lakes in California, considering it's located at Golden Gate Park, which is a famous attraction. It is known that the lake is haunted by a ghost, but if you don't mind being around it, no harm should happen to you. The ghost's story began in the 1900s, when she took a walk at this lake with her 3 children. Later, she sat down, and while she was talking to a friend, neither of them noticed the carriage with the woman's infant child in it rolled down into the water. When they did notice it, it was too late, and the woman couldn't find her baby, so she drowned herself. Her ghost appears at the lake to visitors, asking them for help to find her baby. Spirit Lake, Idaho. Spirit Lake in Idaho, which is filled with deep and dark water, might look beautiful, but it's famous for its tragic story. The story says that a woman from the local tribe fell in love with another man from this tribe, but they couldn't be together since the chief already made up his mind to marry the woman to someone else. Because of this, the lovers drowned themselves in the lake. The people who walk past Spirit Lake claim that they can still hear the sounds of the lovers' voices, as if they're asking for help, as well as seeing the ghostly visions of them. Bottom line, simply put, based on these stories and legends, these 5 American lakes aren't always the safest places to explore, let alone swim in. They are famous for eerie legends that make them far from your typical serene getaways. But if you still decide to visit, it's crucially important to